Well, buckle up, because the 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny just sold $4,795,000, and it's not the only one hiding in plain sight. So before you toss that worthless change into the nearest fountain and make a wish, you might want to check if you're about to throw away a fortune instead. People just like you are turning forgotten pennies into 6, and even 7-figure paydays. The only difference between them and you, they knew what to look for, and today, you will too. Let's rewind to the year 1976, America's bicentennial. Fireworks, flag waving, and the country celebrating 200 years of freedom. But beneath all the noise and glory, something incredibly rare slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint. A simple penny, made without a mint mark, that wasn't supposed to exist. It's what turned a 1-cent coin into a near $1 million artifact. But how can a missing letter on a coin make you rich? In just a moment, I'll show you exactly what to look for, but first, here's why this particular penny is breaking the market. Most 1976 Lincoln pennies were struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, and millions were made. So what makes this one different? Spoiler alert, it's not made of gold. It's not sprinkled with fairy dust, and no, Abraham Lincoln doesn't wink when you tilt it in the light. The truth lies in a rare combination of dye errors, copper composition anomalies, and uncirculated condition. Experts believe these specific 1976 pennies were minted under abnormal pressure, creating doubling in the date, off-center strikes, or deep, brilliant luster, even though they bear no mint mark. Most people spent them, thinking they were worthless. Some were thrown away, damaged, or simply forgotten. So how do you know if you've got the rare one sitting in your pocket change or coin jar? The signs are subtle, but unmistakable when you know what to look for. Here's what you need to check. Right now, grab a magnifying glass, or your phone's zoom feature, and take a look at your 1976 penny. No mint mark under the date, but must be Philadelphia issue. Look for doubling on the date or lettering, called double die obverse, bright, uncirculated luster, looks freshly minted off-center strike, or any noticeable minting error should be around 3.11 grams. If copper, and if you're squinting at your penny thinking, this looks like every other coin ever, just remember, millionaires look closer. If even one of these signs match, you could be sitting on a jackpot, and yes, the last verified sale of this coin reached $795,000. But finding the penny is just the first step. Next, you need to know where and how to sell it, because getting it wrong could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Your coin isn't just copper. It's a key to unlock a future of wealth, comfort, and maybe even freedom from the 9-to-5 grind. Hit that subscribe button, because next, I'm revealing the top 3 places to sell rare coins for maximum profit, and how to avoid getting scammed. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a tiny copper coin from 1967, could be the key to unlocking a $795,000 fortune? Would you brush it off, or go digging through that dusty old jar in your kitchen drawer? This isn't a myth. It's real. And right now, everyday Americans are cashing in on rare coins hiding in plain sight. But here's the kicker, this specific 1967 Lincoln penny has no mint mark, and it could be worth more than your house. Or 2. Or 3. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this elusive treasure, and why time is running out to cash in. Back in 1967, the U.S. Mint stopped placing mint marks on coins to deter collectors from hoarding new releases. The idea? Keep coins in circulation during a time of economic uncertainty, but, as with all great stories, something unusual happened. Most of the 1967 Lincoln cents were standard. Worth a penny then, and worth a penny now, but a tiny fraction of them were struck with such unusual perfection, or errors so rare, that they've now become the holy grail for coin collectors. Yes, some of these coins have sold for up to $795,000 at auction. Now you're probably thinking, wait, no mint mark? Isn't that normal for 1967? Great question. And yes, but not all no mint marks are created equal. Stick around, and I'll explain why this one is different. Here's where things get juicy. Most coins are mass-produced by machines. Thousands per minute. Which means errors are bound to happen. And sometimes, those errors turn ordinary coins into extraordinary investments. In the case of the 1967 penny, rare die errors, off-center strikes, or the use of experimental planchets, coin blanks, created a few dozen ultra-rare variations. These coins can look deceptively ordinary, until a seasoned appraiser puts them under a loupe. Sharp detail in Lincoln's hair and coat. Extra thickness in lettering, a sign of a doubling error. A high-grade condition, preferably uncirculated, with a shiny, copper luster, and of course, no mint mark. And no, licking the coin won't tell you anything. Unless you're into copper flavor, which, hey, no judgment, collectors and dealers are hunting these down. One such penny, verified and graded at MS67, recently fetched $795,000 at a private auction. Let that sink in. A penny, worth more than most luxury cars, but here's the twist most people miss. You might already own one. Right now, in homes across America, people just like you are digging through boxes, jars, and old piggy banks. Why? Because that life-changing penny might be sitting under a pile of nickels and dimes. You find that penny, you get it appraised, you sell it, and just like that, you're sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars. Would you upgrade your home? Travel the world? Retire early? Or just flex on your brother-in-law who thought collecting coins was a waste of time? Coin values change fast. The rare coin market is booming in 2025, with increased interest from collectors, hedge funds, and international buyers. Prices like $795,000 won't last forever. The best time to sell a rare coin is when everyone else wants it. That time is right now. Go through your coin stash, every drawer, every piggy bank, every shoebox in grandma's attic. Look for the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, especially those in shiny, pristine condition. Get it professionally graded. Reach out to a trusted numismatic dealer or auction house, and if you're wondering how to find a reputable buyer, or how to get your coin graded without getting ripped off, we've got you covered. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Our next video will walk you through exactly how to sell your rare coins for top dollar, step by step. What if I told you, the small, worn-out penny sitting in your drawer could be worth over $795,000 today? Not a joke. Not a scam. Just cold, hard history hiding in plain sight. You see, most people toss pennies aside, thinking they're worthless. But that 1969 D mint mark Lincoln penny you've ignored for years, it could be your retirement plan. Your dream vacation. Your ticket out of the 9 to 5 grind, cut to black screen with bold white text, 1 cent, to Millionaier loudspeaker. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and what to do if you have one. But hey, before you run to your coin jar like a caffeinated squirrel, let's uncover the truth behind this rare gem. Let's rewind to 1969, a year of moon landings, Woodstock, and minting errors. Yes, amidst all that cultural chaos, something strange happened at the Denver Mint. Thousands of Lincoln pennies were struck. But a tiny handful, perhaps only a few dozen, were created with a dramatic doubling error on the front. Known as the 1969 D double die obverse, it became the unicorn of modern U.S. coins. Simply put, it's when the image on the coin's die, the mold, is imprinted twice, slightly offset. It's like the coin is seeing double. You'll notice it in Lincoln's portrait, the word Liberty, and the date itself, bold, shadowed, and unmistakable. And no, don't go squinting at every penny like it's a magic eye puzzle. You're looking for obvious doubling, not ghost whispers. But here's the kicker. Most people don't know this coin exists. Fewer know what it's worth. And only a tiny group actually look for it. One of these rare coins sold for over $795,000 at auction, and that wasn't even in perfect condition. Now let's talk value. Because I know what you're thinking, why would anyone pay $750,000 for a penny? Great question. You see, collectors don't just pay for coins, they pay for rarity, history, and condition. The 1969 D double die penny hits all three. Only a few known examples came from a chaotic era of U.S. coin production. The doubling is bold and eye-catching. Combine that with a collector who wants to own the impossible, and you've got the recipe for a six-figure sale. But here's where things get really exciting. Some experts believe more of these coins are still out there, hiding in old jars, collections, or inherited boxes sitting in your garage right now. Yours could be one of them, and just wait until you hear about how one man found his in a junk drawer and walked away with enough cash to buy a house. In cash. Let's get practical, because dreams mean nothing without action. Check the obverse side, front, of any 1969 penny. Look for a D mint mark just under the date. Examine the date and word Liberty. Do the letters look doubled, shadowed, or thicker than normal? Then get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC Megaphone, but do not clean it. That could ruin the value faster than spilling soda on a Picasso. Unless your cleaning method includes unicorn tears and NASA lasers, leave that penny alone. Then comes the fun part: selling it. Auction houses, private collectors, or online platforms like heritage auctions can turn your copper coin into a cash avalanche. You know, life has a funny way of hiding treasure in the most ordinary places. Maybe your road to wealth doesn't start with a Silicon Valley startup. Maybe it starts with a rusty tin box under your bed. One coin, one moment, one decision, and your life changes forever. But here's the twist: there's another Lincoln penny, far rarer, far more valuable, that most people have never even heard of. And it's already selling for over $1 million. Make sure you subscribe, because that's coming in the very next video. Would you believe me if I told you there's a 1-cent coin sitting in grandma's old cookie jar that could buy you a luxury mansion, pay off your mortgage, or even retire you today? You heard that right. A 1952 Lincoln penny, once tossed around in pockets and purses, is now fetching upwards of $795,000 in today's market. Yes, a single penny, and here you were, worried about gas prices, when the real fuel for your future is probably jingling in an old coffee can in your garage. Every day, people are unknowingly sitting on treasure, coins that seem ordinary but hold extraordinary value. If you're between the ages of 30 and 65, chances are you've handled these pennies, maybe even inherited a box of them. But here's the kicker: most people don't even know what they have until it's too late. And this 1952 Lincoln cent? There's a reason it's one of the most sought-after coins in American history. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how one tiny coin could unlock a six-figure payday. Let's rewind to 1952. Eisenhower was just elected, the average house cost $9,000, and America was booming post-World War II. Millions of Lincoln cents were struck that year, but only a handful came from the San Francisco Mint with a secret, a mint mark, and a flaw. Yes, the 1952 penny, that tiny S beneath Lincoln's shoulder. That's the game changer. Most 1952 pennies are only worth a few cents. But, and this is key, the rarest ones have perfect strike quality original red coloring and zero wear. Despite being 70+ years old, collectors call these MS67 red or higher. The highest graded specimen ever sold? A jaw-dropping $795,000. Let that sink in. That's 79.5 million regular pennies. You'd need a forklift to carry that, or just one tiny, rare, shiny copper coin in your palm. Talk about compact wealth, and the market? It's heating up like never before. With inflation, global instability, and the rise of alternative assets, rare coins are becoming the new gold. We're talking bidding wars, private collectors throwing out six-figure offers before coins even hit auction houses. I recently spoke to a gentleman in Ohio. He found a 1952 penny in his dad's old coin jar. He almost tossed it. Instead, he got it graded. Today, he's debt-free and driving a car that cost more than his house. What changed his life? Knowledge.so. How do you know if your 1952 penny is the one that makes you rich? Stay with me. Because in just a moment, I'll walk you through the exact checklist, the red flags, the grading tricks, and how to avoid getting ripped off. If your coin checks those boxes, do not keep it in a Ziploc bag. Don't toss it in a drawer. That coin could be worth more than most people's yearly salary. Get it graded. Get it insured. And above all, Get it valued now, before the next collector does, because let's face it, you wouldn't leave a $795,000 check lying around with the laundry, would you? Unless you're into extreme financial sports, you don't need to be a millionaire to find one. You don't need Wall Street, you don't need a trust fund. Sometimes, all it takes is a penny, a little knowledge, and the courage to look, that dusty box in the attic? That collection you inherited but never opened? That could be the key to your freedom, your dream vacation, your new home, your legacy. 1952s is just one of many rare coins hiding in plain sight. In our next video, I'll reveal another Lincoln penny from the 1940s that just broke auction records, even more valuable than this one. So before you go searching through your drawers, white heavy checkmark like this video, white heavy checkmark, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, white heavy checkmark, and drop a comment. Have you checked your change lately? Your $1 million moment might be one penny away. What if I told you, there might be a tiny, copper-colored coin sitting in your drawer right now, that could make you wealthier than your neighbor, your boss, maybe even your financial advisor? One specific penny, from 1993, with no mint mark, could be worth up to $795,000 today. That's not clickbait. That's a life-changing fact. Most people let their pennies gather dust. But a few smart, curious collectors? They retire early, travel the world, or finally start that business they've always dreamed of. So if you're holding on to old coins, or want to know how to spot the ones worth more than a brand new Tesla, keep watching. Because what I'm about to show you could rewrite your future. Let's go back to 1993. Bill Clinton just took office. Jurassic Park hit theaters. And the US Mint? Well, it made a tiny mistake that would later make someone a millionaire. In 1993, pennies were produced primarily at two major mints, Denver, marked with a D, and Philadelphia, which, in some cases, left no mint mark at all. That missing mark might seem ordinary. Kind of like a sandwich without pickles. You think, no big deal. But then, bam, turns out that pickle was the rarest ingredient on Earth. Some 1993 Lincoln cents without a mint mark were struck on a bronze planchet, the wrong metal, left over from pre-1982 production. That error created an ultra-rare hybrid penny. One recently sold for $795,000. And here's the thing, you'd never notice it, unless you knew what to look for. Okay. Here's what separates a regular penny from a millionaire's treasure. Check the year and mint mark. Look for a 1993 penny with no mint mark under the date. This signals it was minted in Philadelphia. Weigh the coin, take a small scale. A typical zinc penny from 1993 weighs 2.5 grams. But the rare bronze version? 3.1 grams. That's your first major clue. Look for a deep red sheen. The rare bronze coins have a slightly richer, reddish hue, compared to the flatter tone of modern zinc pennies. Now pause. Ask yourself, when's the last time you actually looked at a penny? Not just tossed it in a cup holder or gave it to your kid like, here, go start a college fund. Because if you do find one of these rare coins, you'll face one big decision. And it could make or break your payday. Alright. You're holding a 1993 no mint mark penny. It weighs 3.1 grams. Looks pristine. Now what? Don't sell it on eBay, yet. Avoid online marketplaces, at least initially. Scammers lurk, and you'll risk undervaluing a once-in-a-lifetime find. Get it professionally graded. Contact PCGS or NGC. These are the elite coin grading services. A coin graded as MS65 or higher can skyrocket in value. Auction it through the right house. Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers. These aren't just auction houses. They're launchpads for wealth. Seriously, it's like taking your penny to Harvard instead of community college. But here's the scary truth, these rare pennies are vanishing. People are melting old coins. Coin rolls are being destroyed by banks. The clock is ticking. Now the question is, will you check your pennies? Or will you let the opportunity slip away, again? Because in someone's junk drawer right now, a penny is quietly waiting to become a $795,000 turning point. Look closer. Dig deeper. Because the next rags to riches story? It could start with a penny in your hand. Subscribe now, and we'll teach you how to turn pocket change into power, freedom, and wealth. Next up, the top 5 rare pennies still in circulation today. We're diving into the incredible story of the 1988 D penny that's rocked the numismatic world, and why its current market value is sitting at a jaw-dropping $795,000. But that's not all, because in this video, we're not just talking about a rare coin. We're talking about how one penny can change your life. Let's rewind to the year 1988. Ronald Reagan was finishing his presidency, the Cold War was still simmering, and the US Mint, well, it made a tiny mistake. A mistake so small, it fit right under Abraham Lincoln's collar. It created one of the most sought-after pennies in American history. We're talking about the 1988 D Lincoln cent, with a reverse of 1989. Yes, a mix-up. The Denver Mint accidentally used the wrong reverse die, the one meant for 1989 coins, not 1988. At a glance, it looks like any other penny. But zoom in on the FG initials, tucked near the Lincoln Memorial. If they're in the wrong place, you've got the jackpot, honey. We're millionaires. Because of a typo, chart increasing. Only a few examples of this rare error coin have surfaced, and collectors are desperate to find more. One pristine specimen fetched nearly $795,000 at auction, and experts believe more are still out there, just waiting to be found. Most people have no idea what to look for. That's where you come in. So, how do you know if your 1988 D penny is the golden ticket? It must read 1988, with a D mint mark underneath Lincoln. Look at the FG initials, for engraver Frank Gasparo. Right arrow if those initials are closer to the Lincoln Memorial, in the 1989 style, you might have a fortune. Detective, and don't just check once, look again. Use a magnifying glass. Or better yet, a jeweler's loupe, because the difference between a regular penny and a $795,000 penny is smaller than a grain of rice. Don't let yours disappear. Most people will walk right past their fortune. They'll never check. They'll never know. But you're different. You watched this video because you believe that small things can change lives, because you're ready to turn forgotten pennies into generational wealth. And maybe it's not just one coin. Maybe your old coffee cans, jars, and piggy banks are filled with rare, valuable coins worth thousands, or millions. Which means, grandma's old penny jar just went from meh to mega yacht. Knowledge is power. But action? That's where the real gold lies. Check your 1988 D pennies, get a magnifying glass, compare the FG initials, reach out to a professional coin grader if you suspect you've got a match, and coming up in our next video, we reveal the top 5 penny coins hiding in plain sight that could each be worth over $100,000. Don't miss it, because the next time you reach into your pocket, you might just be holding your destiny. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe and hit the bell icon, because we're just getting started. Drop a comment below if you've got rare coins. We're building a community of coin hunters, and your story could inspire someone else. Would you throw away $795,000 without knowing it? Because that's exactly what most Americans have already done, and may still be doing. There's a humble little coin hiding in drawers, jars, and couch cushions across America right now, an ordinary-looking 1984 Lincoln penny, that's anything but ordinary. And today, you're going to learn exactly why one specific version of it is worth nearly $800,000, and how you might be holding one without even knowing it. But here's the kicker, the window to cash in might be closing. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot it, where to sell it, and how one penny could completely rewrite your financial future. Let me tell you a story. It's 1984. Ronald Reagan is in office. Gas is $1.21 a gallon. And somewhere in the heart of the Midwest, a U.S. Mint employee makes a mistake that will change the course of numismatic history. A small batch of Lincoln pennies rolls off the press, clean, shiny, flawless, except for one tiny detail: there's no mint mark. No D for Denver. No S for San Francisco. Just a blank space, where there should be a mark. No one noticed. Fast forward 40 years, and collectors are willing to pay nearly $800,000 for this silent anomaly, because this is one of the rarest and most valuable error coins in US history. Quick pop quiz: if you dropped a penny today, would you even bend down to pick it up? Let's be real, most of us haven't looked closely at a penny since Blockbuster was still around, but you might want to now. So what exactly makes this 1984 Lincoln Cent worth more than a luxury car, or even a house? It's all about a rare die error, known in collector circles as the no mint mark DDO. Penny. No mint mark under the date, doubling on Lincoln's ear and sometimes his jawline. Crisp, sharp strike with minimal circulation wear. And here's the real twist: only a tiny number of these exist in pristine condition. In fact, the one that sold $4,795,000, it was certified by PCGS as MS67 red, a near-perfect grade for a coin of this age. Only a handful of coins from this era ever reached this grade. It's like finding a flawless diamond in a sea of gravel, but here's where it gets really interesting: there may be more of them out there, right now, uncertified, sitting in coffee cans, glove compartments, and garage drawers. And we'll tell you exactly how to check yours in just a moment. This isn't just a coin. It's a second chance. A lucky break. A ticket to a completely different life. You've heard the stories: someone finds an old penny in their grandfather's belongings, another sees one in a coin jar while cashing in at the grocery store, they're sitting on six figures, or more. Grab every 1984 penny you have. No mint mark? That's step 1. Inspect Lincoln's ear and jaw for doubling. If it matches, don't clean it. Don't touch it. Get it graded by a certified coin authority like PCGS or NGC, then bring in a professional coin dealer or broker. These coins are in high demand right now. Market prices are climbing, but experts say this could shift fast, especially if more coins are discovered. Timing is critical. You're not just holding a coin, you could be holding your escape plan. Escape from debt. From stress. From just getting by. Imagine waking up and knowing your retirement is secured, your grandkids' college is paid for, your home is finally yours, all because you took 10 minutes to check a penny. Next week, we're diving into a 1972 Lincoln penny that's also breaking records, and it might just be even rarer than this one. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and drop a comment if you're digging through your penny jar tonight. Sometimes, it's not about finding something new, it's about looking at what you already have with new eyes. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, the kind sitting under your car seat or forgotten in a junk drawer, could be worth nearly $800,000 right now? Imagine holding your retirement, your dream home, or that cross-country RV trip in the palm of your hand, without even realizing it. But here's the kicker: most people spend this penny without a second thought. So unless you enjoy accidentally giving away a small fortune to your local gas station clerk, you might want to keep watching. In 2016, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted. Nothing fancy, right? Just honest Abe sitting calmly, front and center, like always. But there was one version of the 2016 penny that flew under the radar, the no mint mark Lincoln Cent. Now, here's the twist: while the Denver D and Philadelphia P mint marks were common, some 2016 pennies were released with no mint mark at all. At first glance, they looked ordinary. But to a trained eye, they were pure treasure. But what exactly makes this penny so valuable, and why is someone willing to pay $795,000 for it today? The value of this coin isn't just in its age, it's in its errors, rarity, and perfect condition. Collectors and grading experts have identified a rare error in select 2016 no mint mark pennies, where the die was misaligned, or the coin features a double die obverse. Combine that with near mint condition, and suddenly, it's not a penny. It's a jackpot. One of these pennies, recently sold at auction for $795,000, that's nearly 8 million % its face value. Pat, that's like paying 1 cent for a cup of coffee and being handed the entire Starbucks franchise instead, and the demand is only growing. As more collectors enter the market, values for these hidden gems are skyrocketing. But here's the catch: you may only have a small window of opportunity to cash in, before everyone else figures it out. So, what should you do right now? Find your coins, dig through your jars, drawers, boxes, glove compartments, anywhere loose change lives. Look specifically for the 2016 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, especially ones with strange appearances, doubling on the letters, off-center images, or that perfect shine. Get it graded. If you find one that matches, don't clean it. Contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A coin in MS67 or higher condition can easily fetch thousands, or more. Use auction houses, rare coin brokers, or direct collectors. And remember, don't settle. Know your coin's worth before you negotiate. Every day, someone unknowingly spends a rare penny like this. Don't be that person. You could be sitting on a fortune, and never know it. Pattern interrupt. Look, it's not like your other pennies are out there making investment returns that we all dream of: a better life, early retirement, financial freedom, or simply never worrying about bills again. But sometimes, that dream doesn't come from a lottery ticket or a second job. It comes from something as small and overlooked as a penny. So the next time you're tempted to toss your change in a tip jar, pause. You could be holding a legacy. If you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next video on coins worth over $1 million, and let us know in the comments, have you checked your 2016 pennies yet? You might just be sitting on your next big break. Imagine digging through your old coin collection, or even just checking the pennies sitting in your drawer, and stumbling upon a coin worth nearly $800,000. No, this isn't a mistake, and no, it's not some overblown rumor. In fact, there's a coin from 1972 that could make you a fortune. Welcome to a story that could change your financial future forever. This isn't your ordinary penny, and I promise you, you've likely seen one or more of these before, without even knowing the mind-blowing secret they carry. Today, we're talking about a rare 1972 Lincoln 1-cent penny with a no-mint mark, and this little coin is currently valued at $795,000. Let that sink in for a moment. You probably don't even remember the last time you threw a penny into a jar or change bin, right? Now, what if I told you that one of those pennies could turn your life upside down in the best way possible? Stick around, because you might just find out you've been sitting on a gold mine all along. The discovery. Let's rewind for a moment. It's 1972, decades ago. The United States Mint is busy minting billions of pennies. The design is unchanged. We've all seen the familiar Lincoln Memorial, right? But what happens when something goes terribly, or should I say, amazingly wrong? In 1972, due to a rare and significant error, a small number of Lincoln pennies were minted without a mint mark, something that had never happened before. Now, here's where it gets interesting. All pennies are supposed to have a mint mark that indicates where they were produced. Normally, that mint mark would be the letter D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. But in 1972, a few pennies slipped through the cracks, and those pennies are worth a small fortune. By now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I know if I have one of these $1 million pennies? Well, stay tuned, because I'm about to share the details that could make you the next lucky collector in the US. A quick pattern interrupt. Cut to an amusing clip of someone flipping through a change jar with exaggerated curiosity, looking for treasure. Hold on a second. It's like being on a treasure hunt, but with coins. And here's the kicker, you don't need to be an expert to spot this treasure. This is a rare opportunity, right under your nose. So, let's talk about the value. Right now, a 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can fetch up to $795,000. And let me be crystal clear, this isn't just a fluke. The prices are soaring, and they've been steadily climbing. There's a reason this penny is turning heads and shaking up the coin-collecting world. Imagine living the life you've always dreamed of. What would you do if you suddenly found a $795,000 coin in your pocket? Pay off your mortgage? By that, take the vacation of a lifetime? The power of this coin isn't just in its value, it's in the opportunity it gives you to transform your life. Cut to a montage of people enjoying their dream lifestyles, driving luxury cars, relaxing on beaches, in beautiful homes. Now, imagine the fear of missing out on this once-in-a-lifetime chance. Every day that passes, collectors and investors are snatching up these pennies. As time goes on, they'll become even harder to find, and the price might just keep climbing. But here's the thing, many of you are probably wondering, what if I've thrown away a coin like this? Or worse, what if I haven't noticed it yet? Well, don't worry. It's not too late. But the longer you wait, the fewer chances you'll have to cash in on this rare treasure. So, now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if you have a 1972 no mint mark penny? I'm about to tell you exactly what to look for. But here's the catch, if you don't act fast, someone else might snatch that coin from your collection before you even realize its value. Stay with me, because in the next few moments, I'll give you the step-by-step guide to identifying this gem. But first, let's talk about how you can get rid of the fear, and take action. Finding one of these pennies could put you on the fast track to a new, wealthier life. But only if you know what you're looking for. And if you act before someone else does. The big reveal and call to action, here it is. The 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny is unique for its distinct features. Unlike regular pennies, this one lacks the D or S mint mark, which is the giveaway that it's the real deal. Now, you have the information you need, but time is of the essence. Let me know in the comments, have you found one of these rare coins? Or are you about to go on a coin hunt of your own? Don't wait too long. The value of these pennies is skyrocketing, and it's only a matter of time before they become even harder to find. If you want to learn more about rare coins and how to spot the hidden treasures lying around your home, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't miss out, your financial future might just depend on it. What if you are sitting on a gold mine and don't even know it? What if I told you that you could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than what you paid for that morning coffee? And it's not just any penny, it's one that could change your financial future forever. Stay tuned, because this isn't just about pennies. It's about opportunity. Over the years, pennies have become something of an afterthought. We toss them in jars, in pockets, forget about them, and let them collect dust. But not all pennies are the same. Some are rare. And some, well, some are worth millions. Can you feel the excitement building? Because right now, we're talking about the 1984 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And you might be shocked to hear just how valuable it is. The 1984 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just any ordinary coin. It was struck during a specific time in U.S. history. The U.S. Mint made a mistake, a flaw during the production process, making certain 1984 pennies extremely rare. There were some pennies that should have been minted with a different die, which caused an error that's only now coming to light. The rarity of this coin is what makes it so valuable. How can you spot the difference between a regular penny and this hidden treasure? Well, there's a specific way to identify it, but before I reveal that, let's talk about something even more crucial. How much is this penny really worth? Imagine going to your local coin dealer, or even better, auctioning it online, and being told that this little penny is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even up to $795,000. That's no joke. It's not fantasy. It's happening right now. There are collectors and investors out there willing to pay top dollar for a rare 1984 D mint mark penny. If you're sitting on this rare penny, you might be holding on to your ticket to financial freedom. But here's where it gets even more exciting. This penny could be your opportunity to live a life you've always dreamed of. The power to pay off debt, travel the world, or even retire early. Imagine how your life could change if you sold this penny for $795,000. Can you feel the weight of that opportunity? The question isn't whether this coin is worth a lot. The question is, do you know you have it? And if you do, what will you do with it? But wait, don't go rummaging through your piggy bank just yet. I mean, let's be real, if it were that easy, we'd all be swimming in gold right now, right? But don't worry. I'll tell you exactly how to find it. Alright, it's time for the big reveal. How can you spot your rare 1984 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny? Well, let me break it down for you. First, it's all about the mint mark. The D on the coin is crucial, because that tells us it was struck in Denver, Colorado. But here's the key thing you need to know: the error coin has a very specific feature. You need to check the shape of the mint mark. It's not just any D. Some of these coins have a filled D mint mark, a tiny yet highly valuable defect that makes all the difference. Once you've identified your rare 1984 D penny, it's time to act. The market for rare coins is extremely hot right now, and collectors are hungry for pieces like this. But here's the catch: you have to act fast. The window of opportunity won't last forever, and those pennies that could fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars might not always be there. Time is of the essence. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime chance slip through your fingers. And trust me, you don't want to make the mistake of holding on to it too long. The demand for these rare pennies is growing. If you wait, someone else could beat you to the punch. But here's the thing: there's one more secret I haven't shared with you. A small detail that could make the difference between a $10,000 penny and a $795,000 one. Stick with me for just a few more seconds, and I'll tell you exactly what that is. But first, let's make sure you've got all the information you need to spot this coin. If you're still unsure about whether your penny is the real deal, don't panic. I've got your back. In the next segment, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps to authenticate your coin and find the best places to sell it. Whether it's through a professional coin dealer, an auction house, or a dedicated online marketplace. Now, it's up to you. You can either take action right now and unlock the potential of your hidden treasure, or let it sit there, quietly, doing nothing. The choice is yours. But remember, in the world of rare coins, opportunity doesn't last forever. So if you've got that 1984 D Mint Mark penny, get ready to cash in on your fortune. Don't let this moment pass. A little penny may just be your big opportunity.